Good morning. Oh, good afternoon now. I'm just having a snack. Having a little snack. It's kind of good. So, I was up after recording, making a few attempts to record some video content, and I started going through my photos and sending, videos and photos to myself and to people. And I came across some videos, and I was like, I don't want to say I was upset, but you ever relive a moment when you think about something or you speak about it or watch it? It was like one of those. And one of the videos, it was somebody saying to me, "Oh, I don't owe you nothing," like we were arguing. And then I didn't listen to the whole thing because it was kind of painful to hear, listen to, watch, whatever. And I just kept hearing, "Oh, I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you nothing." And I had a thought in my mind, and it said, the thought was, "Yes, you do." Excuse me. There are people who will go on a journey with you, take an oath with you, try to convince you that they are this type of person. They introduce you to a certain part of them. I don't know if it's truly them or something they aspire to be, but they introduce you to a person or a version of them that they don't upkeep. And then when you get upset, or you start to decipher what stuff really means, and now you putting your foot down and you thinking about it, and you're supposed to. I mean, for a person who doesn't get upset just a little bit, when I say upset, I don't mean to overreact or to react at all. I'm just talking about a feeling. You could feel a lot of ways and people never know. You never speak on it. You don't react. That's a part of being an adult. But how you handle yourself determines which kind of adult you are or you will be. So, me personally, I don't know if people are going to agree with me, but I feel like when you create bonds and relationships with people, depending on the type of bond or relationship you're creating with them, it could be spiritual bonds, it could be a financial bond, you could be going into business with somebody, which all of these other characteristics and personality traits and maturity level they should have to go into business with a person is the highest form of bonding in a relationship, because it's a relationship that, if done properly and correctly, you guys should both be getting something out of, on top of being around or having each other. If you get what I'm saying, starting a business, it creates longevity and wealth and stuff like that. But I don't want to get off track. So when people say that they don't owe you nothing, like you get in an argument or people try to give you advice and be like, "Oh, don't nobody owe you nothing," that's a lie. That should be a clear indication that you are either in the vicinity of people who are not of your quality, and they're not on your level. They don't value things the way you value them. So that's a clear indication that you need to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? It's time to boogie. It's time to dance. Don't ever, the problem, social media is not a bad place, but the problem that I have with people who use it and stand by and stuff like that, they don't know how to form opinions and, of their own, what works for them. Me personally, I feel like if I do dealings with you and whatever I offer you, it takes off, and you utilize it, you're able to utilize it and come up off of it. I've learned not to feel a type of way about it to the point where I'm reactive or even upset, even angered. But I have the knowledge to know that that's not right. I'm not going to set my children up or my nieces up or my friends up or my partner up, my man, my dog, nobody that I care about up to think that, off rip, you're going to do something to do stuff for people without the expectation of them not doing the exact thing back, but offering you something back. You know what I'm saying? The world don't operate like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like when people say they don't owe you nothing, and especially when it's long-term relationships or you getting advice from a friend that cares about you, and that's one of the first things that they dish out, they really don't care about how you feel. And they really probably never been through anything to where they had to actually show up and hold themselves accountable and be there for somebody else, because the truth of the matter is they're probably still either A, being taken care of, B, still trying to figure themselves out, or C, never really been in no real life situation to where what I'm saying right now makes sense. If I decided to open up an establishment as to where I was having a conversation the other day with my partner. I opened up an establishment and you have interviews where, you know what an interview is. People have to interview or audition for a role, whatever. And you want the people that you plan to hire to have a certain amount of qualities. To me, integrity and morale and dignity, respect, I know these things go hand in hand. They coincide with each other. Those are priceless to me. Being smart, being attractive, good looking, or whatever, are a plus. But once you hang around people who are like your A-likes and they operate the way you operate, you don't have to worry about people saying, oh, I don't owe you nothing. Because a person who's been around the block, up the street, and around the world a few times, they know what it is, what it entails to live a good life. They know what it is to have things of value. And you don't get things of value by only thinking about yourself. Like, just think about it. Think about the most selfish person you know and really think about how they live. Think about their quality of life. Think about the quality of the words in which they speak. Just look at them. Are they a person that you would want to take advice from? Are they a person that you would trust to leave your prized possessions around? Is there a person that you could bring around your man or your woman? Think about it. So when people say that nobody owes you nothing, that's just the ignorant side of them speaking. They're not well saturated. They're not seasoned enough to even have an opinion about such things. And for you to be the person or the type of person like I was to expect these types, this is not even nothing grand. This is the minimum requirement to be around me. Okay? If you do not have that about you, that characteristic, that way of being about you, there is no reason for me to have dealings with you. If it's always going to be a one-sided relationship, the only one-sided relationship you should have and be understanding of why you have that is a relationship with an animal or your child, somebody that you have to train and raise up. But to be friends or to fraternize with family, acquaintances, do business with these types of adults who think like that, you can't get mad when the cookie crumbles because it was intended to. This person is not of your quality. God don't want that. So yes, know that when you are around me, there is an expectation. Now, whether or not I'm going to fulfill that with you and you're going to fulfill that with me, now that is the question now. Because now that I'm aware of these kinds of people, I can be selective about what I give out, what I do. And that's called discernment. But yes, you will be held accountable.